All right, early on, day 2, match 7 for the International Swimming League Swimming's new home. 100 backstroke up next.
But her best result is only 3rd. So you've got to believe that Kylie Masse is the favorite here. No Sheridan Dressel. I think I said yesterday that it's just a matter of time before Olivia Smoliga starts to find that form. And when she does, I feel sorry for everybody else because she's that good. Doesn't she, Bernie? I mean, that 200 back, she struggled a little bit, only finished 3rd. Look at this.
She is pushing the pedal to the metal, and her teammate Braden trying to get a top 3 finish. Kylie Masse wins the 100 backstroke for the 6th time. Oh, and Braden winds up 2nd. It's 1-2 Titans again. Oh, and look at the jackpot.
Holy
that
smokes.
Is huge.
And the swimmer that finished 8th, Demler from Cali, she ends up getting jackpot at 2, and look at this, Braden. You know she has such a good back half out, but how about a 28 flat, 28.9?
So 20 points, and now the Titans lead it by 30 points. Battle out here, Coleman Stewart 28.5 points on his first day of work. Shane Ryan's 13.5 points that he scored for his team.
Stewart has the speed, and he certainly has the back half. We've seen him win so many times. That last 25, one time he actually got DQ'd. He's so good on the underwaters. Watch this last turn, Bernie.
Yeah, this is where he was disqualified a week ago. We thought he had taken down Guido.
Look at that. Look at that, all the way down. Goodbye.
And Coleman Stewart gets the win. And it's going to be a big jackpot win. Glinta will get 2nd. Jeff Julian loves that. Let's see how big the jackpot is.
A lot of red popping up. They got it right back. Didn't get all of it. Wasn't quite as much as Masse gathered, but they got a lot of it back. They really dug into that, and especially because Toronto, they only scored 10 points.
25 points after Coleman Stewart comes through in the clutch, scoring 35.5 points on day number 1. And right next to her, Louise Hansen, who scored 23 points on day number 1.
And the problem for Cali is they've got Beata Nelson. She definitely has to win. But then the good news for Toronto, they've got really 2 solid swimmers in Hansen and Sanchez. So and Cali was Sorokina, didn't score any points yesterday.
Oh, what a battle this should be. Great field. Headline Beata Nelson, undefeated this season.
It's chores right now for the breakers in contention. She is going to turn 2nd.
Record pace at the 50.
Louise Hansen was 5th there, which is great news for Cali. Nobody's going to have the speed she has that last 25.
Just in front. Shores in 2nd.
Beata Nelson, 12 points, a jackpot win last time. And Beata Nelson continues perfect on the season, but Toronto, they still wind up 2-3, so let's see how big the jackpot it is. A big smile for Beata Nelson. She'll earn 12 points with a jackpot win.
And that's her best time and the fastest time of the year for Beata Nelson. Fastest time of the entire.
And by the way, Elisa Chores is actually disqualified, so Beata Nelson's going to score 15 points now as she picks up Chores' points, and they will retabulate it. Actually, the Condors are going to score 15 points to the Titans 13 points because of that disqualification. And King's biggest jackpot, 19 points, and you get 19, and you get Malahianis in 2nd, lined up with could wind up with 26 of the 37. Put you in a pretty decent spot.
Yeah, and she's 3 flat on the relay yesterday, Bernie. Nobody else broke 105. So this is certainly a case where you can count on some jackpots for Cali at 2.2 seconds.
She pushes the pace the first 50.
It's not easy to see who's first at a 50 in 100 like this. And look at the red, 29.8 going out, and red skimming up there a little bit.
Idaho trying to battle to keep her points for iron, but it's Hannah's coming, being pulled along by King.
Yeah, you're right, Bernie. She's right there with Lilly King, kind of eyeing her, said, I'm gonna ride this wave for a 1-2 finish for Cali.
Hannah's snapping her way home, but it's King who wins the 100 breaststroke for the 14th time. 1-2. Julian celebrates as the Condors get it done, and King is coming for the points for the Titans. She will take them away after she gets a 19-point jackpots by 26 points in that event.
I told you it was going to be back and forth. As soon as you think, Toronto looking pretty good, running out of time, Cali. Not quite yet. Toronto looking good all day long, but one event. That was a 30-point deficit. Look at that now.
And the deficit cut to only 4 points.
Actually, they've got 2 good relays. I think even Cali winning those 2 medley relays yesterday, based on the personnel here, you gotta like Toronto in winning this.
And Iron is the only team that has a male-male combination, but it's for their B relay in lane number 2.
Yeah, that may not be a factor here because of that. Toronto's best relay is Masse, Schwingenschlager. We saw him in the 100 breast earlier. Kusch, who won the 100 fly day 1. And then Kayla Sanchez, who can throw a 51 plus anytime. That's Mora, 51-2. Going out, so as everybody disappears from view, 53-2 for Clog, but it's really the women that 56-4 for Masse. So that's the one you want to kind of keep an eye on, Masse and 56-4.
Now Beckman is hoping that she can retain the lead and give Iron the win. Remember, the Condors have the lead before the relay. The Titans trying to regain it here, but the deficit is only 4/10.
Hines breathing to her left. She's going to be breathing right into Sanchez. Coming home. Sanchez is not letting her get away, though.
Hines trying to get it done, but here comes Sanchez surging home. Toronto, so right on Sanchez. She's taking the lead in Toronto. In the final 25, takes the relay win.
Natalie Hines, 51-7. She outsplit Sanchez. Sanchez was 52 flat. But look at the kick, just ran out of room.
Any better than this? After the mixed relay, we are tied. The Condors and the Titans with 475 points.
To making the playoffs this year.
The franchise coming off their first ever win a week ago.
Now slipping down to 4th. New York, this is where New York's coming back on the backstroke.
And look at Litchfield, Toronto on the verge of getting 10 points at the checkpoint, and they do.
Wow, that was on the touch right there at the end.
And only by 200ths of a second, Rowdy.
Yeah, I for sure thought Almeida was going to grab it, but you're right, 2/100ths of a second. That's 1 point, folks. So valuable to them because they're going to get jackpotted on the other side.
Titans getting ready to celebrate. Razzetti looking for his second win of the day for Toronto, and it's a huge win. It's a checkpoint plus jackpot plus 1-2 victory for the Titans in the 400 IM as they get it done. Oh, Toronto.
And you could see the Cali team a little bit in a state of shock right now. Wow. Unbelievable. What a swim for Razzetti and Litchfield. They come in rated 11th and 4th. They both had a victory in this 400 IM.
The lead
Holy smokes.
belongs to the Titans going into the skins, ahead of the Condors by 20 points.
But she did not swim the 50 fly. She did not swim the mixed medley relay. That 200 fly was an hour and a half ago, so she's had plenty of time to rest. You could certainly see a case where it's not going to happen, I don't think, but Chroma Yo-Yo end up being 4th here. That's how crazy this field is, potentially.
Beata Nelson really pushing the first 25, trying to make sure that she has a spot. Chroma Yo-Yo in the battle. But Beata Nelson and Dahlia, those who have the lead, try to secure their spots. 2 Condors go on and out! Toronto, they don't move on!
Shut out! Done!
Toronto are out after the first round. Oh, Hansen and Hennig tied.
No, they tie, that's
so
right.
Hansen does move on. Hansen turns even with the Condors. Chroma Yo-Yo work to do, but look at the walls. Beata Nelson, Dahlia, the Condors, they move both on to the final. Toronto boxed out. But you've seen Beata Nelson really surge out this week in the skins. We'll see how good she is underwater.
Boy, both of them just mirror images of each other all the way down to the finish.
It's Dahlia again, but the Condors, they're the ones to benefit because they'll add 21 more on after a 1-2 finish in the skins. In the backstroke skins himself, but with the 1-2 punch, the Condors looking for a knockout punch. And the Condors also have the world record holder in the 100 back, Coleman Stewart, who scored 47 points in this event, his last opportunity.
Watch his second 25. Coleman Stewart. He's in lane number 5. I think he's running 7th right now. Watch him come off, though.
It is tight down the stretch. Glinta looks very good at the bottom. Glinta rests Stewart, and Toronto is out. The Condors are going to win match 7. Glinta, Litchfield.
Boy,
trying to make sure they're not boxed out.
Yeah, Stewart second from the top. He looks like he's a completely different swimmer here this second 50. He knows how to swim these. Did not have a great turn, though.
Looks like Stewart's going to be the outside looking in. And Stewart gets there. Glinta moves on as well. But for now, we'll see Glinta.
Glinta's got the lead.
Going for the win. Can Glinta do it? Coleman Stewart stays down. Coleman Stewart challenging, but Glinta answers back and irons Glinta. He's the skins winner. Indeed. Iron gets it done. Oh, wow.
Wow is right. I'm not sure anybody picked Glinta in this building.
Glinta Glinta helping Iron try to build the momentum. They wind up third here in match number 7, and they're hoping that their best is still to come as they look to qualify